Hi, everybody. I am Rita Morricone. I'm the Regional Manager of Education USA. And together with my colleague Ana Vicencio, we cover the whole South America. My region is the Southern Cone, Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Paraguay, and Uruguay. And Ana Vicencio's region is the Andean region, and she covers Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Venezuela, and Colombia. Together with me today, we have Vicky, our fair coordinator, that has been talking to many of you that have been sending inquiries about the South America Fair Circuit. So, super happy to have you here with us. And this time, we are having our advisors talking to you directly from each of the countries. So, today, we're going to be covering Brazil with Rio, São Paulo, and Brasília. Paraguay, and with our advisor in Asunción, Santa Cruz, our advisor in Santa Cruz, Bolivia, and our advisor in Buenos Aires, Argentina. So I am going to introduce all at once, and then they will be talking and introducing themselves. So welcome to Simone Ferreira from Rio de Janeiro. São Paulo, we have David Medeiros and Rafael Lemos. Paraguay, Belém, say hi, Belém. Santa Cruz, Armilo, say hi. And then Buenos Aires, Emilce, who just came back from International ACNC. So some of you probably saw her there, if you attended that conference. All right. So with no further ado, we hope that you're going to join us in the South America Fair. It's a very exciting region. We're ready to help you. We have created so many new things in the region, like visits to schools, opening up pools of students, that are participating in our cohort advising groups and many other things. So without further ado, I'm gonna ask Simone, Davi, and Rafael and Jefferson from Brasília to start the presentation on Brazil.
Thank you, Rita. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. For those who I haven't met yet, my name is Simone Ferreira. I'm the fair coordinator for Rio de Janeiro, the city where I'm based in. So it will be a pleasure to have you all participating in our fair circuit. So let me talk a little bit about Brazil, and then I start talking about Rio de Janeiro. As you can see our pictures here, these are the advisors that Rita just mentioned for Brazil. And one of the key advantages for you to participate in our Education SA Fair in Brazil is that your institutions, you have an extensive visibility, and you do this through different channels like social media. Of course, we have a strong presence in social media in Brazil. We have about 35,000 followers on Instagram, the most popular social media around here. And the fair will be widely advertised across different channels, like, as I said, social media and like newspapers, different media outlets. And in Brazil, we have newspapers like O Globo or O Dia or Estadão, big media channel, big media outlets. And this publications, as you can see here, they are from past fairs. We just promoted the fair talking about the students who were accepted to US universities, and this kind of strategy help us to bring more students to these fairs. By the way, as Rita Morricone always says, that these media outlets like Globo and Estadão I just mentioned, they are comparable to New York Times and Washington Post. So, of course, this media exposure helps to ensure strong attendance to the fairs in Brazil. So, in addition to this, we are starting something new for the Education SA South America in Brazil. We are launching this year the Education SA Counselor Connect. What is this? This will be a meeting that we are going to offer to you to have direct contact with high school counselors And we are going to do this in Rio de Janeiro and also São Paulo and Brasília. And I explain about Rio in a few minutes. But this is something new that we think it would be a good opportunity for you to have a one-on-one meeting with high school counselors around the city. So the fair in Rio de Janeiro would be in the best day possible. Why? Because it will be on a Sunday, days that cariocas, people who were born in Rio de Janeiro, they love to participate in these fairs. And by the way, last year and the year before, we have been doing this fair, in case I say fair, on Sundays. So what you have here, we have what are you going to offer to you? We have a large number of high school private and particular. And many of these high schools, they have a strong academic tradition. And of course, interest in sending students abroad. So they are familiar with international education. What else? There are international schools and also bilingual schools. And these schools, they prepare well and offer opportunities. They want to offer opportunities to their students in terms of studying abroad programs. What else? You're going to find well-prepared, strong students and also students able to pay the full cost of attendance in your institutions. Of course, you're going to also receive students asking for scholarship opportunities, different types of scholarships, because Brazilians, they do this, but lots of them can pay the full cost of attendance. What else? By engaging directly with the schools, the high schools and the high school councils, U.S. institutions can strengthen the presence in the region. And I think this is important. You need to start to develop this, of course. And right after the pandemic, I would say back to 2021, the pandemic, well, 22, my office, we started here in Rio to strengthen the relationship with high school counselors. So we started in the beginning to create this meeting with high school counselors. In the beginning, we had about 10 high school counselors in our group. Now we have 45. So, and we are going to invite these people to meet you and to send their students to the fair in Rio. And by the way, we starting a cohort advising with a specific school in Rio de Janeiro, which is an international school called Rio International School. We are going to be dealing with 60 students. These are they have 60 students. It's a small school in their high school. And we are going to be advising these schools from the 10, 11, and 12th grade. So for the future, when you think about recruiting Brazil, you know that for sure you have the opportunity to talk to these specific students. And this program that we are tailoring will be, of course, very valuable for them. What else can I say? Oh, last year we had 1,317 students registered to the fair. More than 500 students participated. As I told you, the fair will be on a Sunday. And we are, of course, I'm not going into the details because you are going to be receiving soon all the materials with those details. But the fair is going to be from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And on Monday morning, very early in the morning at 7:15, a bus will pick you up at the Hilton Hotel where the fair will be on the day before. And you are going to leave to Our Lady of Mercy School, which is an international school, very prestigious, by the way. We're going to take you there. And before we have the mini fair there at 9 a.m., before at 8 a.m., we are going to have this meeting, this Education SA Counselor Connect, where you have the opportunity to meet Education SA advisors. We will have at least 6 or 7 Education SA advisors that we are going to meet this day, and also high school counselors. So I think this will be a win-win. After this, we'll have the mini fair at the school, and then we'll have the bus taking you to the second school, which will be the American High School of Rio de Janeiro. So this is what I have to share for today, and I'll be here for, answer any questions that you may have. But anyway, it will be really a pleasure to host you here. Now you pass on to my colleague Davi Davi and Rafael from the Education SA São Paulo.
Thank you so much, Simone. Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to see you all today. My name is Rafael Lemos, and along with my colleague Davi Medeiros, we are Education USA advisors at the Mackenzie Presbyterian University in São Paulo, Brazil. São Paulo will be our second stop of the Education USA South American Fair right after the great city of Rio. One of the key highlights of the city is that it's the largest one in the whole Western Hemisphere. It's even bigger than New York City with uh, 12 million people. In addition to that, the city has so many high quality schools that have well developed international admissions offices. And we have some examples such as Graded, Avenue, St. Paul's, and so many others. And students from those schools, they usually have really strong English skills and they are well prepared to apply for U.S. higher education institutions since they have been working probably since ninth grade with their admissions officers in their applications. Um, São Paulo is also a very interesting city in financial terms. Just like Rio, many São Paulo students can afford the full cost of attendance at US universities. And thanks to their very great academic environment, many also qualify for merit-based aid. And in order to attract those and other high quality participants to Fair Education USA advisors like the VNI, we've been working really closely with high school counselors in the city. Education USA, in fact, even has offices within high schools. We have our great colleagues at Colégio Etapa, our colleagues at Centro Paula Souza. And this whole network we have been building makes it easier for us to engage students and to really support your recruitment efforts in the city. And last year fair highlighted just how much or how strong the interest in studying in the United States is. We had over 1,500 students registered and 651 attended in person. It was for us a great turnout of qualified students in just one day, and if you're looking for those immediate recruitment results or even to create long-term connections, São Paulo would be a great fit for you. And now to my colleague to talk a little bit more about our agenda.
Hello everyone, so Davi Medeiros, and talking about our agenda on August 26th, and it's going to be a pleasure to welcome all of you here in São Paulo. We start in the morning with the school visits. We go to two schools here this time, Colégio Mackenzie, which is part of the Mackenzie Presbyterian University and school system. There are a lot of students. There are about 1,000 students registered for high school, the regular high school. They also have students who are in like the American high school, as they say, and so more eager than the other ones to study abroad. In this particular case, the United States is a top destination in the system. And then we go to Graded, the American school that many of you have been there in the past, I assume, at least for the familiar faces I see here. And well, you're gonna find there the three amazing school counselors. One of them, Janem, is a former Education USA advisor. And by the way, in some of the schools in Brazil, we have former Education USA advisors as well. From there, and then we're gonna have lunch with graded school counselors as well. We come to the hotel. And then, as Simone mentioned, we're going to have the Education USA Connect right before the fair and the opening remarks. And so we're expecting a great moment for you to interact with more time now with the school counselors. Our fair then starts at 5 and goes up to 8, and then we're gonna have presentations as well, and the U.S. consulate present here as in the fair. And so now I'm gonna pass it on to my colleague in Brasília, Jeff, so he can talk to you about it.
Thank you, David. Good afternoon, everyone. Well, depending on where you are. I'm Jefferson Couto. I'm with Education USA here in Brasília. I'm coordinating the fair as well. And first of all, I just want to say thank you for choosing Brasília as one of your stops for the South American Fair Circuit. Whether this is your first time here in Brazil's capital, or if you've been here before, we just hope that this stop becomes one of the most rewarding parts of your South American Fair Circuit. So Brasília is Brazil's political and diplomatic center. It's home not only to the federal government, but also to embassies and major international organizations. Because of that, many of our students grew up in households that deeply value education, public service, and global engagement. There is a high concentration of children of diplomats, judges, and public servants here, and they tend to be academically driven, speak English very well, and are already thinking internationally. When it comes to education, Brasília has one of the strongest public school systems in the country, along with excellent private, bilingual, and international schools. Students here are well prepared for US admissions, and many families are open to exploring full or partial funding options. We are also a strong region for graduate recruitment. We see many young professionals interested in LLM programs in STEM fields, public policy, and international relations. And regarding our last year's fair, we had 865 students registrations, and our mini fairs reached 660 students. These are high impacted, targeted interactions that often leads to a meaningful follow-up engagement. Can you go to the next slide, please, Simone? Thank you. Now, regarding this year agenda, I'm sure that you have already access to it. I have a small update to it. On Wednesday, we'll be hosting a happy hour with our local advisors and high school counselors from 6 to 8 p.m. So 1 hour later than previously mentioned. We are securing a beautiful venue at the TV Tower with a fantastic view of the city. So we hope to see you all there. And on Thursday, the 28th, after visiting the 3 participating schools, we'll be offering lunch to all university representatives attending the fair. So thank you for listening. We hope that Brasília becomes not only a stop on your recruitment circuit, but the beginning of a long-term relationship with our students, with our schools, with our Education Assistance Center, and with our communities. So I'll pass now to Paraguay, Asunción, and I believe that's Belén here. Belén, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Jefferson. I'm going to share my screen. Just give me 1 second. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yes. Is it in the presenter mode, or can you see the notes?
We can see the notes, I think.
Okay, just 1 sec.
We can see it's on presenters mode. You're fine. You wanna try again? It was fine.
Oh, it was fine. Okay. Thank you, Rita.
There you go.
Yo, thank you. I apologize. So I'm Belén from Education USA Paraguay. I'm going to be talking to you about the stop in Asunción specifically. It's the capital city. As you can see in the presentation, I added some images for you from the capital city. This is our government. We call it a pink house, not the White House. So we do include in the agenda time for you to also do some sightseeing. It's usually fun to, visit some restaurants and also visit like some landmarks from the capital. So to give you some highlights from last year, I do see some familiar names and, well, not really faces yet, but some names that I recognize from maybe past fairs or past conversations that we have had via email as well, and doing some other events. So from last year, and we had about 1,600 registrations, and about 50% of the registered students attended the fair. And I want to say that we had like really bad weather and students still showed up. Like it was such a big event that people like still came with the storm. And even like we are changing the venue this year because it's gonna be more accessible with like buses and like a more kind of vibrant street with malls and more hotels and more like accessibility in general. So we are expecting to hopefully increase the number of attendees in that way as well. From the students who register, we have the percentages here. As you can see, the majority is looking for undergraduate programs, and some also graduate in short-term and intensive English. I'm going to explain a little more of other opportunities that we have specifically for short-term programs and graduate programs that our government also supports. So a brief market overview of Asunción. We have currently 4 offices in Paraguay. And what I want to highlight here is that 2 of our offices are in cities that are bordering Brazil and Argentina. So this is very strategic for you to explore the market and have like a broader audience. If you happen to want to visit those cities, Ciudad del Este and Hernandarias specifically. And we also promote, of course, the fair with these students. It is a little far. It's like about 4 to 5 hours away from Asunción, but we do promote the fair, and some students do decide to come and attend the fair as well. And we had our report from last year that 642 students are currently studying in the US from Paraguay. And the majority of these students are graduate and undergrad, but we do have an increase, of course, in students who are looking to do short-term programs as well. The population, and I saw one of the questions, I don't remember which school was asking if the fair is going to have like young people, going to look for graduate programs. And we do, and we have like a lot of support, and I'm gonna jump to the becas Carlos Antonio Lopez there to connect with that. We have this government scholarship for exchange and graduate programs, and they basically offer financial support to students looking for master's, PhD, and postdoc programs. And also the exchange, which is like a semester abroad program to do either with the Comité Paraguay-Kansas Alliance. They do work in partnership with the Comité Paraguay-Kansas, but they also there are students also looking for other universities that are not in Kansas that could, give them the chance to go for a semester, and they get the money, about $10,000 from Becal, the government scholarship to, support the financial aid that they get from the university. So this is usually like the most popular programs that we have, and they are gonna be at the fair. So if students usually come, and ask Do you offer scholarship? That's like the most common question that you probably get in all the fairs. And students are looking for like really good financial aid, and maybe your university cannot offer like a full financial aid, so you can direct them, to go and ask at the Becal table or the Comité Paraguay Kansas table, or even like the presentations that they're gonna be giving at the fair, so they can give like what you are missing from the scholarship. So that's usually very appealing to universities that are coming to promote those programs. Yeah, and then for undergraduate, we have about 60 students right now that are working closely with Education USA in our Opportunity Funds program, Competitive College Club, and other regular advising cohorts. So those students are for sure also going to the fair, and of course, students from public and private schools in Asunción. So yeah, we can continue talking later about all these programs that I mentioned. I know it's they all have like their details, but I wanted to give you an overview of them. The schedule, we do have our fair on a Saturday, so we do not have a mini fair that we're gonna be doing the day before or the day after, because it's a Sunday. But we do have a welcome reception and a panel with our school counselors. We are currently inviting about 15 to 20 school counselors from, the Asunción and the nearby areas. So hopefully we are gonna have a good audience for you to talk to and promote your programs as well. And that's gonna be on Friday evening. And then the day of the fair is a Saturday, and it's gonna be from 4 to 7 p.m. Yeah, so that's gonna be all from me in Asunción.
Thank you so much, Belen. And so I'm going to pass on to our fantastic Education USA advisor, Armilo Gutierrez in Santa Cruz de la Sierra, Bolivia, city that I had the pleasure to visit less than a month ago. Armilo.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Rita, for that presentation, and welcome everyone. Welcome to Santa Cruz. My name is Armilo Gutierrez. I'm the Education USA advisor and fair coordinator here in the beautiful city of Santa Cruz. This is a wonderful view from our city. We'll be more than excited to have you all here. Bolivia is a country that has a population of about 12,300,000 people, and Santa Cruz is one of the biggest cities in our country. We have more than 3,115,000 people here. Here are some facts I just want to share with all of you about Santa Cruz and why it is a very good and important destination to consider during this South American fair circuit. One of the reasons is that Santa Cruz is the largest metropolitan area in Bolivia, and also it's the highest gross regional product in the country. What's more, this city is the most developed one with high sustainable development indicators, and it's got a rapid growth since the 1950s due to its integration on infrastructure. So Santa Cruz is a place that has a lot to show, and it's the economic powerhouse of Bolivia also. It is known as Bolivia's economic and industrial engine. And here are four of the top economic and industrial activities we have, like agriculture, forestry, mining, hydrocarbons. And what else can I say about this? And something I would like to highlight is the young and dynamic population that we have. According to the Open Doors 2024 report published by the Institute of International Education, Currently, there are 1,357 Bolivian students enrolled in universities and colleges in the United States. Bolivia ranks the 17th among the countries that send the most students to the United States. And the states that receive the most Bolivian students are Florida, Arkansas, Texas, California, and Utah. And about this population, what I can highlight is the rapid demographic growth that we have, the cosmopolitan youthful city that we have in here with increasing global connections. It is an ideal place for students outreach and long-term academic partnerships. Currently in Santa Cruz, we have about 20 bilingual schools, and with that I mean English, Spanish, looking for opportunities for their students to, have the experience and make their dreams come true about studying in the United States. We as Education USA constantly receive parents who, make the efforts to send their children to the United States, to study, to get a bachelor's degree. And also we have students who are constantly looking for, financial support, financial aid to find some opportunities and get these objectives they have in their lives possible. Some strategic opportunities for universities I can see or highlight is the high potential for U.S. university recruitment here in Santa Cruz, developing market where U.S. education is aspirational, and Santa Cruz offers a gateway to Bolivian and broader South American students. About 2024, 2024 was a great year for our fair. We have about 14 U.S. universities that attended the fair, offering information about admissions, financial aid, academic programs, and we have about more than 500 students who attended the fair last year. And here are some universities that joined us in 2024 fair. So you can see over here, if you are there, thank you. And we are waiting for you again. Okay. About 2025, we already have about 8 universities registered for our 2025 Education USA Fair here in Santa Cruz. It's a great opportunity for me to, make this invitation for you to join the fair, for you to come to Santa Cruz. We have a special agenda for all of you. First of all, since the fair is on September 1st, we'll have a beautiful welcome reception for all of you on August 31st. Will be full of culture, full of networking, and we hope you have a great experience during this time in Santa Cruz. And September 1st is a important day, and we have already prepared scheduled some visits to high schools and universities, because we understand and are very concerned about the importance of you to have the connection with, in this case, Bolivian students who want to, make part of a program in the United States. So we want to have that experience, give you that experience here in Santa Cruz. And of course, on the same day from 5 to 8 p.m., we have the great event, which is the Education USA Fair, which will take place here in very big theater at Binational Center in Santa Cruz. And we are expecting more than 600 students participating during this event. So all I can say is that we are more than eager to have you all here in Santa Cruz. And as well, I always like to mention something, expression from Santa Cruz that says that it's Bolivia's, it's Santa Cruz must to give hospitality. So we really are waiting for all of you, and thank you. Thank you for this moment, and hope you consider Santa Cruz as part of your circuit.
Thank you so much, Armilo. Definitely a beautiful place. So last but not least, I am passing on the mic to our dear Emilce from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Go, Emilce.
Thank you, Rita. Hello, everyone. Very happy to be here today and happy to see familiar faces, as my colleagues were saying before, familiar faces, familiar names, and some of you I had the chance to see at IACAC last week, the previous one. So very, very happy to connect again. My name is Emilza Ruiz. I'm the advisor for the city of Buenos Aires, one of the 3 advisors here, and I'm based at ICANA, which is the binational center here as well. My invitation is for you to join us on September 3rd at our stop. We have had great editions of this fair in the last 2 years. Specifically, last year, we had 1,949 registrations for the main event and almost 50% of attendance. So that shows great interest from the students here in Buenos Aires. We also did some school visits. We had 2 days last year, so we could go around and visit some interesting places, and we helped the representatives connect with 375 students. So we think this is a great chance, to get to learn a little bit more about the profiles that they have, how interested they are, and all that our amazing students have to offer. As you can see here, most of them are very interested in graduate programs and undergraduate programs. So the fair is a great instance to showcase that for you, but also to tell them about intensive English programs and short-term opportunities that your institutions might be wanting to, get them to know. And as for our current state of our market, I wanted to share with you that we're very happy that things have been improving a little in Argentina. Our peso, our currency is less volatile, so that helps families to plan ahead, right? And also the exchange restrictions have been lifted. There is a lot of interest, and now they can actually start considering international traveling for students even more seriously. One big piece of news that is very recent and we get to learn yesterday is that Argentina is officially applying to start and to join the US visa waiver program. And that would allow people to travel to the United States for 90 days without having to undergo the visa process. That is good news for us if we want to go for tourism, but it's also good news for you if you are if you want to promote short-term programs, short courses, or intensive English programming. That is also an advantage, right? Our students already have a very high level of English proficiency, but are always looking for immersive experiences and getting to know a little bit more about the culture in the United States. So that is also, a great chance to connect with them. They are informed, they are proactive, they are motivated, and we are having a lot of people that are already asking about the fair. They are looking forward to it. We have great students. Actually, in the last 2 years, we have had students that were finalists for the Global Student Prize, both of them applying to United States institutions afterwards to continue to their studies. So great level of students, and US remains a top destination for them, right? These are clear signs that Argentina is ready, and that choosing this stop is really strategic, and it's a strategic moment to engage with a high potential market. So we'll be very happy to have you with us, because we also have like a very interesting program for you. We will be welcoming you on September the 2nd. We're going to have a meet and greet with authorities, with education authorities here in the Binational Center. So we'll get to know student counselors, representatives from local universities, Fulbright Commission staff, embassy staff. So we're going to welcome you on the 2nd, but our main day is September 3rd. We have one school visit for you early in the morning. We will be leaving the Marriott Hotel to go to a school that we work very closely with and that we know has excellent students. Their profiles are very interesting. So we're going to go there. They're also going to invite schools nearby, and hopefully you will be able to connect with them as well. Later in the afternoon, we're going to have the main event. We're going to start with welcome remarks from the U.S. Embassy in Argentina staff, and then we will be getting ready for the main event, which will be from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. The Education USA Argentina, the staff from our country are very welcoming, and they're also looking forward to meeting you, connecting you. I know that they have been in touch with some of you already, so we hope to see you there.
Thank you, Emilce. And that's excellent news about Argentina, possibly being on the ESTA, visa. So congratulations. So we're going to open up for questions now. Thanks so much for those of you that have already put some questions in the chat. So I just want to say for those of you that are recruiting graduate students, we do a lot of surgical and strategic advertising for graduate. And Nancy, you asked questions about engineering in particularly. And yes, many of our host institutions for Education USA are universities. And so you will be welcome to visit them. We're not organizing per se a group at universities, but we'll give you the contacts, and this contacts will be the people you can talk to and to see if you can talk to a group of students. But the students are coming to our fairs, and I think, Edwin, I asked the same thing for you, if there are particular target graduate population that you want, feel free to talk about that. All right, so I'll just open up for questions if you want to use your mic and ask our advisors particular questions. And sorry, my Alexa is talking here. Hope you didn't hear it. Any questions? Any comments? Feel free to open your mics.
For the
Thomas,
excuse me.
Oh, go ahead.
This is Nancy from the University of Florida. For the Buenos Aires tour, we did not sign up for that, but I'm thinking about it, and I just wanted to know, is the hotel already filled up for that visit?
For Buenos Aires, Emilce, is the hotel filled up? You need it's not filled up.
No, we still have some spots. Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And Nancy, I would encourage you to choose Buenos Aires if you're thinking of that. It's interesting how inflation went down, and there's a lot of agribusiness also movement of many people making wages in dollars, and so you will not regret. I was going for Thomas, and you said like most universities offer multiple partial scholarships. Field programs with full ride. Curious to know how open students are to empower loans in your country. Is very keen to learn what other options we can provide to students. So we have all kinds of students, right? We have the students that are in international schools, and they are super more familiar with things. And the students that are in local schools, Argentine schools, Bolivian schools, Paraguayan schools, Brazilian schools. And these are the students that sometimes they can tap into resources, for instance, at the graduate level, there's a resource on loans from OAS, the Organization of American States. And these are from and to the Americas. So if you have students from the Americas to the Americas, they can actually look for that. There are other institutions offering, sometimes in countries. Belém just presented on Becal, right? That I'm sorry, yeah, because Argentina has becar and Belém has becal. So each country has becas, by the way, scholarship in Spanish, right? And there are also, Brazil has the CAPES, and CNPq, which is kind of an SF agency that also funds students. So there are opportunities out there. If you're talking about undergraduate students, Thomas, we have the ones that actually can afford their studies and the ones that need a little bit of a help and a complement and the ones that need everything, right? And so we're dealing with the three areas. But most of all, I think, we have this mix of students coming to our advising offices. Many of our advisors have diverse cohorts. Simone presented on a cohort that she's doing in one of the schools. And one of the things that I do a lot is to give that incentive. Every single advisor in the Southern Cone, they have a WhatsApp group with guidance counselors. So they invite them for pizza. They have you guys actually presenting to them, sometimes online. It's super important that they know about the US, they know about us. So anyway, the answer is we're kind of paving grounds and opening opportunities for you. I think I mentioned to somebody, I think Bethany, SESI in São Paulo, which is going to be the new host institution for Education USA. They linked to the Federation of Industries. They were sending 35 students to undergraduate colleges in the US last year. They're going to 50 this year. The cohort hasn't even been formed yet. So, I mean, little by little, we're trying to expand our reach, to give you those pools that you can tap into. Paraguay, Argentina, and I'm sorry, Armilio, I don't know if you have it in Bolivia, but please chime in. In Brazil, they have what it's called a business like Texas Tech, Mizzou, Griggs Academy, Pearson, etc. And they are offering to students at local high schools a US high school diploma. So basically, the students are doing their normal high school, and then they take 4 to 5 subjects in English in the afternoons, and they graduate after 3 years with a US and a local high school diploma. That's another pool that's super interested for you, because the students are more likely. Why do they do that? Well, they're not going to an international school that's a little bit more expensive, but they're doing it because, one, they want to acquire the language. Sometimes it's status. They love to say, my son graduated from a US high school. And sometimes it is because they want to apply, so that creates a new pool for you. All right, so I'm not keeping up with you. Please, just open your mic and ask.
Hey Rita, this is Edwin Allen with Towson University. Just to answer your question, at the graduate level, we were mainly interested in students who had an interest in STEM across the board, really. But I feel you kind of answered the question already. So thank you.
Thank you. But it's super important for our advisors here that will be seeing you all to hear of your particular interest. So thank you, Edwin. Any other questions? I see Johnny Aparecido here. Johnny, you want to testify how wonderful it is to work with Education USA?
Sure. Sorry, I'm not using my camera. I'm working from home today and I don't look as nice as I wish. So I want to say that I've been participating in Education USA fairs and it's just amazing. I also participate in the LLM fairs, which I'm not sure I'll participate this year. And it has always been great. So I'm looking forward to participate in this one again.
Thank you, Jen. Sorry to put you on the spot. Simone is putting here on the chat, funding in Brazil, Fundação Estudar, Bering Foundation. By the way, the Bering Foundation is funding students that want to do IT, computer science, the tech, and they've been giving full rise to students as well. And Garcia family, CAPES, etc. Other questions, other comments? Yeah, Bethany is asking if we're sharing the slides. Yes, and also the recording as well. All right. Let me know if you want to open your mic or if you want to use the chat for questions. Feel free to do any of them. Or even if you want to open your mic and let us know which university you're from and what's your idea about participating in the fair. We have 10 minutes to do so. No, everybody's shy today. All right, so while you're thinking, I'm gonna ask the advisors, is there anything else that you like to mention, after you heard each other? And I think I want to emphasize on this new feature that we're doing, that is the talking with guidance counselors, right? I think it's super important for you to be in touch with these guidance counselors from the different cities you visit. And I think Emilce just came from International ACNC, and so did my colleague Ana Villavicencio, who I mentioned in the beginning of the session, and I just saw that she was able um, to be here with us as well. Hi, Anna. So please meet Anna, my counterpart in the other part of South America on the Andean region. Anna, do you want to say hi and introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. Sorry, I am super late, but I was pulled into, those urgent meetings where you can't say no. But I'm glad that you guys were able to talk to the advisors.
All right. Okay, so Nancy is asking us if we are going to email the contacts or what? Sorry, I just missed your question. Will you email me the contacts, or are you an intermediary for the university reps to the universities there? Yeah, so let us know, Nancy, please, and you can use either Vicky or Simone for a reference. Let us know the countries you're planning to visit, and the advisors themselves will be giving you contacts, and also sometimes even talking. For instance, I'll give the example of Davi and Rafael. They're based at a university, Mackenzie University in São Paulo. They have engineering, so they could do something from inside to help you as well. So just be in touch with every single city coordinator, and we'll be happy to help. I confess I am taking 4 days off this week as a vacation time. That's kind of squeezed, but as of Monday, feel free to reach out to me as well, and I'll be happy to help. And then, by the way, I just to make sure that you get the leads of every single student that registers for all the cities, and then there's a difference between registration and showing up, right? But you get all the registrations, right? The showing up, it depends, heavy rain in Rio, and so you're going to have 60% of the students in. But that these students are interested and will love to hear from you. Rory, thank you for joining Argentina, from Ball State University. Nancy, wanting to recruit graduate students and looking for college level. Okay, I think I'm looking at your past. Oh, yeah. We have attended fairs in Ecuador, Colombia. I think somehow, I was looking for your past email here. And I just want to make sure that you're talking to engineering students, right? Belen is putting on the chat her email contact as well in Asunción, Paraguay. I have to say, Paraguay was the only country in my region that during the pandemic, they increased the number of students going to the US. And the reason behind that was actually the Paraguayan government, right? Because they actually sponsor the students for online degrees, and online sessions. So I thought that was very interesting. And it's a very good place for you to recruit as well. I have many liberal arts colleges and universities that they make Paraguay a route, every year. Anyway, okay. Emilce, thank you for putting your contact information as well. Admilo, I've already broadcasted your beautiful Santa Cruz, Bolivia, but I want Anna to hear me broadcast it again. So here we go. All right. Any other questions? Thank you, Admilo, putting your contacts here as well. And I hope I didn't miss any of the messages here. All right. So no other questions. I just want to thank you for listening to us, and I want you to know that these advisors, they work 360 days a year for you, and whether you're coming on the fairs or however, please know they are doing a superb effort. They are talking to mayors, to governors. We have fantastic programs like the Opportunity Program for underprivileged students of high academic excellence. Some of these students have been getting full rides at U.S. universities. One of these students is now the Secretary of Education in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. So it's the little ants work that will open up spaces for you in the future. So it's a labor of love. And you can see that in the sparkling eyes and smiles of all our advisors here. So please know we're here for you, but we would really appreciate having you come on the South America Fair. More than ever, we need you. We need for you to say what's happening on your campuses. International students, you're welcome here. And we really appreciate if you can make the effort to come to our regions and talk to our students. I just want to share with you the last fun fact is last April, there was a Brazil road show, and Ana does the same thing in Colombia, STEM tour in February. In the Brazil road show, we had 61 universities, 6 cities. And I have to say, not one question from parents or students about politics or anything. It was all geared to study in the US. So I think that's super positive, and I hope that you appreciate that when you come to recruit. All right. Thank you so much, and hope you have a wonderful end of the day, and I hope to see you here in our countries. Un abrazo, everybody. A big hug to everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Tchau, tchau, gente. Obrigada.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Jane.
Bye. Vicky, if you want to stop recording.